Hello, my name is LanSirr and welcome back to DawnCraft Echoes of Legends. In this video I'm going to show you everything you need to know about reforging and socketing, or what some people call affixing. So can I go to the quest here and I'll kind of explain what it is. So if you come down here to reforging and socketing, you'll see a lot of these quest lines, and this can get kind of confusing and you don't probably know like why to do it. So I'm going to explain everything here. So all this is to like boost your armor and then give you like a little bit of upgrades. So instead of clicking into these and reading each of these, I'm just going to explain them kind of behind me here. So you can see I have this little setup. I'm in creative here. So the first thing you're going to want to get is a salvaging table. So we can kind of just look at it here. Salvaging. So you can see just kind of how to make it. You're going to need copper, iron, gem dust, and smithing table. You'll be able to make the salvaging table. So gem dust. We'll start here. Gem dust is pretty simple. After you do a lot of questing or adventuring, you'll come across some gems or some chests with these gems in them. So I would suggest always gathering as many of these as you can, because you're gonna need a lot, and they are annoying. They fill one slot each of your inventory. But we're gonna take this gem here. You get +3 reach distance, and I'm gonna show you to make gem dust. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna throw the gem on the ground. You're gonna need a kind of a wall, and you're gonna drop an anvil on it. And when it hits, it's going to create the gem dust. So that'll be how you get your 2 gem dust to create your salvaging table. So now you have your salvaging table. The next step is, while you're out questing, adventuring, you're going to come across items such as these. As you can see, the name is in blue. The name can be in green. The name can be in orange. There's a lot of different ones, or even just like a silver name. I just kind of have the blue and green just because these are the ones I found. So when you come across these are actually items that have been created with the Reforging Table. It's just out there. So why do you need the salvaging table? Because to create your own, you're going to need to collect these items, and then you're going to put these in the salvaging table. And as you can see, it's going to give you an odd or result to get the item. So here we got 3 luminous crystal shards. We'll talk about the shards in a little bit. All you need to really know is, whenever you come across these like special items, you definitely need to be collecting them, because in order to resocket your own items, you're going to need all of these. And so you can put all of them in here at once, click, and then get everything from those. So that's really what you need to know when it comes to that, is even the like most useless looking items, like when it comes to gear, if it's iron and stuff like that, you should still collect, because you're going to be able to use those to reforge. So I showed you how to get the gem dust. I showed you how to get your, the reforging items. So now we're actually going to need to make the reforging table itself, which again, all of this is in the quest book. You can follow along. It kind of explains some stuff. So the reforging table, I'll show you how to make this. Make sure it's easy, have everything we have. So you're going to need to go to the nether, get netherite. I'm sure most of you know how to do that. More gem dust, and enchanting table, and nether bricks. You can make the reforging table. I have videos on how to get like netherite and stuff and enchanting, so you can check that out. But go there, get all that stuff, create the reforging table. So now this is what it looks like. I already put my gem dust in there just to show you. But reforging, what it takes is the gem dust. You're going to need a lot of gems, because this is going to act as almost like an enchanting table. So you're going to put your gem dust in. You've collected some of these, and here's every single type that you can get. So this comes from the most common ones, which you'll see, it'll say like windswept. Here, I'll show you what it will say, so you can kind of understand. So I just have some plain diamond chest. So these are the different levels that you should find in order to get good gear. So you see it says windswept, diamond chest plate, iron forged, gravitational. You kind of understand. So if you see any of those, that's fine to get. I would suggest not worrying too much about these 2 levels as much, and really getting to these 3. Really, we want to focus on these last 2. If you get far enough into the game, these 2 are the ones that are really going to set you apart. Really the last one, but I'm really focusing on these 4, because this last one is it's really, really hard to get the Godforged Pearl. So just to give you an idea. So again, if you have, let's say this green, you come across any of this green armor, the stalwart, steel, and again, just showing you like the colors that you get. So now to kind of talk about like what this means for your own armor. So we have our plain diamond chest plate in here. Let's really go for the ones that I think will benefit you really with epic and rare, but I'm gonna go with the epic. I think this is the one that can really set you apart. But we'll start with rare because this is probably the easiest one that most people are gonna find. So we'll put the luminous in. So what the reforging does, you can see it does take levels. It's gonna cost on your left over here to do the third one 6 gem dust, 6 of the crystals, and then a certain level. But as you can see, let's start with the first one at 15. It's going to add a fire damage taken reduced. It ignores 12% of durability. But also, if you look at the armor when on body, it actually is at 9.75 and 2.95, which is more than the 8 and 2, as you can see here. And so each of these is going to have its own benefit that adds. So the second tier, fire damage taken reduced by 5, explosive damage by 3, 14%, which it rose the durability. You can jump higher, entity gravity is lower, but it didn't really give us any chest stuff, and it didn't give us a socket. So as you see in this first one, we added a empty socket here, which that's where we'll be able to add those gems to give you even more of a boost. So some of these are good, some of these are bad. I think this is like one of the times where you just need to pick which one is like good for you. Like this one, when you attack, you gain resistance 2, 17%. You don't gain anything in your armor, but we definitely want to get to the empty socket. So just for this, I'm gonna go use the epic because I just want to really show you like what this can kind of become. But most of you will probably get the blue one the easiest. But if you can get to this level is pretty good. So again, we'll kind of look through here. 12 armor, 4.4 armor toughness. We get 2 sockets here. Explosive damage, magic damage. This is like a really good one. Like this is something that I would want. Some of them do add luck as well. So 2.75 luck, which is always good. It's going to raise your chances of getting better items in the chest. So we'll go with, I'm just gonna click the first one. We get plus 12, 2 sockets. So we click it, and now that is what our armor is called. And so we just got this. So now we have a fortunate diamond chestplate of the Forged God. So this is now socket, reforged, affixed, whatever word you want to use. So now that you have this, you have 2 sockets. What do you do now? So I don't have great ones because for some reason in creative, they don't have the gems. So I just found some here, just random. But there's a ton of gems. You want to find the highest purity. That's usually like what level are like the better socketed items that you'll get with it. And then also be understanding of like what you're doing. Like the current armor I have right now, like in my playthrough, is all luck armor. So it's plus 7 luck in every single item I have on my body, just because I want to be able to get way better items out of the chest in the game, because it's usually where you find a lot of good stuff. But you can kind of do this however you want. So again, like your fire damage, you're going to want to put on a sword or like anything that you actually have fire damage equated to. I'm pretty sure it works with armor as well, but your armor is good for like crit chances, mining, like there's a bunch of different types that I could run through, but I'm sure if you play DawnCraft, you'll see all the annoying gems that you find. So what you'll do is you'll just get your gems. We'll just do mining speed and crit chance. We'll put our diamond chestplate. It's not actually the anvil, it's the smithing table. 1 second. Smithing. I don't know why I put the anvil there. Smithing table, you're going to put your gem. You're going to put your armor. So then as it will show, as you can see in the bottom left, a 3% base crit chance. It's free to actually add those. But once you put those in, you can't take them out. Well, you can, but we can kind of go down that pathway. Then again, with this one, we can put a second one, 20% chance mining speed, or 20% mining speed. And then there we go. You now have your affixed diamond chest plate. I just kind of threw it on. So you can go down the pathway to like learn how to take these off. It's all kind of in this book as well. I'm not really going to go through those because most of the time you can just remake the armor you have. And then also the sigils will go into a whole nother video. These are very powerful, can add multiple sockets to armor, but as you can tell, it can be kind of tough to get. Dragon's Breath. We'll go down those another time. Smithing, this is just the way I just want to show you the vial of searing expulsion. It removes the gems from the equipment, but it destroys the gems. So if you have good gems, and they're kind of expensive, but not too bad. And then the other side is Arcane Extraction, which will keep the gem, but destroy the armor. And so as you can see, kind of what to do. And those are pretty simple, but this will be everything to like really level you up. As you can see, I just have some like creative gear I put on that's like crazy. Like if I have fixed all this at the highest level, which would be like the god tier, and I've already enchanted all this armor, as you can see, custom enchantments, which I have a video coming out going over all that. The god one just puts us into a whole different category where half durability damage is taken. Now you have 15 armor, 6 armor toughness. I mean, we can kind of just peek in here with each one because each one is going to have its own roles. You can just pretty much get some insane armor that is going to pretty much make you invincible. And so they are, you know, can't die. So I think this is like the way that when you want to talk about becoming OP or like the game becomes way easier, it's this. And again, even weapons work with the affixing. And so you can go in here and do the same kind of stuff with your weapons. It's not just armor. And so you'll be able to get some crazy damage weapons or some things that you want. I started with luck because I wanted just, again with DawnCraft, these chests, they have usually some of the best gear you can get or items that you really need. So kind of take that with however you want. But this is kind of a guide through the affixing. I'm going to try to do more guides like this just to help everybody out in DawnCraft. But if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.